Am I the arsehole for telling my husband's best friend he has really let himself go? Story time. So my husband, his best friend, and myself are all 27. We'll call my husband Steve, we'll call his friend Dave. So back in high school, I had the biggest crush on Dave. So originally, I befriended my husband Steve so I could get closer to Dave. So eventually I just gave up because Dave got a girlfriend. And Steve and I remained really close still and we started dating. And then me and Steve remained really close and eventually he confessed his feelings for me. And like a stupid teenage girl, I just got along with everything and we started dating. Even though I knew that I still had feelings for Dave. I actually really started to catch feelings for my now husband. And eventually, Dave became my girlfriend and I realised I didn't know. That's when I really knew that it was my husband and only my husband. And a few years later, after dating, we are now married. And Dave has gone on multiple different relationships and been through so many breakups, but the last one hit him the hardest. Sadly, he found out that his girlfriend had in fact cheated on him. Dave was once a very, very attractive young man, but since the breakup, he has gained a lot of weight. He's stopped looking after himself. His hair's growing out, his beard's growing out. And honestly, this man is just not taking care of himself at all. And this is when the teasing started. First, it was him moaning about how he looks now versus back then, and he'd say, oh, you used to be so obsessed with me back then. Now, I ignored, found out that his girlfriend had in fact cheated on him. Dave was once a very, very attractive young man, but since the breakup, he has gained a lot of weight. He's stopped looking after himself. His hair's growing out, his beard's growing out. And honestly, this man is just not taking care of himself at all. And this is when the teasing started. First, it was him moaning about how he looks now versus back then, and he'd say, oh, you used to be so obsessed with me back then. Now, I ignored it at this point because I thought, oh, it's probably, you know, just Dave reminiscing on the good old days. But then it just didn't stop. Yesterday, he came over and he starts the usual rant about how popular he used to be. And then for good measure, he throws in a comment. He was like, I knew you were so into me back then, but you know, in high school, you were just not the caliber of woman that I would date. No. It was incredibly insulting, and even my husband was uncomfortable. So at this point, it was quite late on in the night. I was tipsy, fed up, and I snapped. I said, well, it's not now because you don't look how you did in high school anymore. I don't care if I'm not your type because you're certainly not mine anymore. He looked so shocked and my husband audibly gasped. Steve was here for the tea. You could tell that Dave was actually incredibly upset by what I'd said. And he went to drive home, but because he was too drunk, my husband just took him up to the guest room so he could go to sleep. That night, me and my husband barely spoke. And the following morning, Dave left straight away. My husband believes that even though I am right in what I've said, I just said it in the complete wrong way. He's clearly going through it at the minute and I've hit him where it hurts. Which I understand, but this man was pushing me and pushing me for weeks. So TikTok, I come to you to ask, am I the arsehole?